Well, hello everyone. As you can see, I'm not in my usual spot or on my usual computer. I'm in the dining room in my house. And the reason I'm in my dining room is because we just had dinner and my husband and I are both sick. He brought home a virus and I've been battling with it for the last few days. And if you watch my channel, you might have noticed that I took down my latest talking video. And it was mainly because nobody was really watching it, but it was a little too personal and a little too, perhaps too depressing. It was a heartfelt video. I made it because I was alone and I needed to talk. And when I need to talk, I either write or now I've been using YouTube, but I'm wondering if I should do that anymore because people are just nasty on this. They're nasty on this platform. And YouTube does not offer you enough, like a very variety of controls for dealing with people that are just assholes, frankly. I don't make my videos for money because most of my videos are music videos and they're copyrighted songs. So I don't make any money from my videos. And I mainly put them up I make the music videos because they help with depression. And that's kind of what that video was about. But then I sort of went off on a tangent and talked about something very personal to me, which is clinical depression, which I have had probably since, I think I have had clinical depression since I was about 13. Around puberty was when I started. But for me, it was normal, and so I didn't actually get any treatment for it until I was in my 20s, and I took antidepressants, and I found the right one, and it was like someone turned on a light, and I haven't been back on them in a while, but and if I didn't hate doctors so much, I would perhaps go and see if I could get back on them because they were helpful to me. But anyway, this person stopped by and they left me a comment which was held for review, and they said that losing weight would help, dumb one. Okay, now, I know I've mentioned this a bunch of times, and I don't think that person was a regular. But I'm a woman in my 50s, okay? And I've passed menopause, and I've been married for 22 years. I'm not here to look for men or women. I'm not here to attract anybody. And looking hot or being sexy or thin, which used to be an obsession of mine. You might not believe that, but it was at one time. That isn't going to help. It doesn't help with depression. It's a medical problem. It's a chemical problem. So that was really an unhelpful, nasty comment. It was unnecessary. But you won't be making any more like that because you've been banned. And as I've repeatedly said, anybody that leaves those kinds of comments on my channel gets banned. Because I'm not here for your verbal abuse. If you don't like what I do, just show some class and move on. And before I let my husband have a word, because he's sitting right here, I just want to offer you some empathy, because I figure that if you are leaving those kinds of really rude personal insults for people that you don't even know, you have no idea what my life is like, then you must not be a very happy person, and you probably don't have anybody in your life. And for that, I'm truly sorry for you. I'm sorry that you don't have the ability to empathize with other people and that it makes you feel good to be abusive. But you won't be doing it to me again. So that's all I've got to say. Have you got anything to say?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you're beautiful.
Well, thank you.
So, and then there's so much more of that. And when you think about it, I mean, we talked online. When we met online, and we spoke to each other for 18 months before we saw each other face to face.
Mm-hmm.
So it right off the bat, it was, learning about each other from what's inside.
Yeah, he liked me because he liked my hot fiction. I used to write really hot stories.
Right. But also it was the experience that you had in life. Also, you were educated, you were accomplished, you're a musician. These are all really, really cool things,
Mm-hmm.
And to add to it, we've had, 20, going on 23 years, actually more than that because of the dating time period and everything.
Yeah, we met in a chat room.
But of just nothing but travel
and
other adventures and all these sorts of things.
We met in a chat room in 1999, and we did not meet in person until 2001.
Right.
And the whole time we talked every night in the chat room or on Yahoo Messenger.
Right.
And we decided that we were serious just after Labor Day 2001. He came down to my grandmother's house in Natural Bridge, Virginia, and we had a wonderful weekend. And then the following week, 9/11 happened, and he was actually in the Pentagon when 9/11 happened.
That's a whole nother story.
Right. We won't get into it unless anybody wants to hear that story, but it was about that time that we realized that we were more than just friends, and we decided we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then a few months after that we were engaged. And I can honestly say that I've never seen or met anyone since then that I've been interested in besides my husband. I love him very, very much, and I feel very fortunate that I found him. Other people's opinions about what I look like or what my intellect is, really, it doesn't matter, other than it is an offensive thing to say, and I do feel the need to call it out because it's just not appropriate. People are struggling hard enough as it is right now, and if you don't have anything decent to say, then I suggest you go and learn some manners from someone. Or get yourself a dog, or I don't know, find a friend. I don't know, but I mean, just don't.
You get that kind of an attitude towards somebody.
Don't be leaving that kind of shit on people's. It just isn't appropriate.
But one thing too is I have to say this. You offer your empathy to that person, and I could easily do that as well. But since you offered your empathy, I don't know that person will ever see this. But
no, he won't.
But anybody else that would see this,
those people never have anything on their channels.
Yeah,
so.
but see, now that you offered your empathy, I am free to offer those people my disdain.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, it's pathetic. You come on somebody's channel and you have nothing but something that is ad hominem to say, and nothing that is constructive, only destructive, and quite frankly, lasts for however long she sees it, and then it goes into the dustbin of history.
Yeah, and it really was a shitty thing to be sick all day, coughing and hacking and throwing up all day, and then finding that comment. Thank you very much for that. It's just not a nice thing to say.
What a waste. Really.
But it's okay, because we're a couple of old farts, and we're happy together. And it doesn't matter if you think I'm fat and ugly, okay? And it doesn't matter if you think I'm stupid, because I know I'm not. Stupid people don't have 3 college degrees, and they don't speak Armenian. So, with that, dude, if you are watching this, I do have empathy for your obvious mental health problems, but I also would like to invite you to go fuck yourself.
Let's do this.
I love you.
Love you too.
And you already made me very sick, so.
Well, yeah, it's true. I don't need to reinvigorate that.
But you don't make me sick in the, you know, you just make me physically sick when you bring home viruses.
Right.
All right. Well, that's all I've got to say. That's all Mr. Bill here has to say.
That's all I have to say too.
It's too bad Charlie didn't join us for this,
No.
or Noisy.
He was on earlier.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We have dogs, and our dogs love us no matter what. I could have breath that would knock a buzzard off a shit wagon, and they would still love me. Because they could knock the buzzard off of a shit wagon, too.
Right.
So, all right. Well, that's enough for tonight. And maybe next video I make, I won't be so sick.